Hello. Well, this is the four-way switch that I'm going to install on the layout. I managed to, in the last 3 days, sort it out and wire it. Bit of a complicated setup, I'll tell you. Included in that is the non-derailing feature that I wanted to install as well. So there we go. There we go. Each one of those switches functions the same way. Some are better than others. And I've wired it so that this is the power going to come into the two tracks. This one here wasn't connected with this one over here, so these would be individual rail systems that if you made them common, this would then power up the whole two sets of rails that I have on the layout. And to prevent that, I've installed a little switch here that cuts the power to the center black rail. Or the whole rail system would be on all the time. And I have on my layout, I have them individually, so I wanted to make sure it remained individual tracks. This will power them both up at the same time. So I'm quite happy with the way it's turned out. A lot of work. There's a non-derailing feature over here and over here. Works quite well, quite happy with the whole system. The good switch. The only issue I had was with these little lights. It's a really nice little setup if it had worked. The issue, of course, is that they didn't work. It worked, but the spring that's connected to the bottom camshaft on these, there's a spring there. That silver part. It's a spring. That spring is connected to the end of the shaft on the motor. And if they don't function exactly as they're supposed to, they keep the motor from closing the switch completely. And then you end up with switches half closed. The motor hunting between the red and the green and just not working. I fussed around with them for a complete day. Wasted my time. Well, maybe not wasted my time, but certainly learned that they were more trouble than they were worth. I would like someday to try and use them with one of these motor switches, motor push buttons. We'll see. I have an idea in mind. We'll see whether it works or not. Anyway, there's quite a bit to wiring these. Of course, there's a non-derailing feature in each one. The green wire is under there, and the yellow wire. A lot of soldering. Track has to be clean before you solder it. So I often use this stuff for 3M or whoever makes it. 3M makes some, somebody else makes other stuff. Cleaned the whole setup of the track. All the track was pretty dirty. Now they're pretty clean. If you don't get your track clean, I'm sure you guys all know that dirty track doesn't run well. Well, cleaned all the track and now operates pretty good. I'm very happy with it. Quite a trick sometimes to get the green and the red. That's a Those are quite tricky sometimes to get them the right way, especially with the non-derailing feature. You have to fool around with the wires going to different parts, different connections. Anyway, the next step, of course, is to install it. Actually, the next step is to take the switches out of the track that's there and then start installing this on the railroad. The wires that I have here are all connected with wire connectors, Marrettes. I think I'll solder them all and use heat shrink on them. Makes a better job, and there's a lot of wire, so got to pass it onto the track and then put the switches on little push button switches somewhere on the layout, I guess, or close to the point of control where the transformer and that is, probably on that post there. Anyway, tie them all up with little tie wraps to keep them neat while you're working on it. I often use my glue to hold the wires down to the surface of what I'm working on, so that they at least get something solid to work with. And of course, all these little push buttons, when the wire breaks out of them, I don't know if you guys have the same problems, but I'll tell you, I have numerous push buttons where the wire has broken off in there. This one over here, well, the green wire in this one broke off when I was working on it. So I said, I just have to, I'm not taking everything apart or changing the switch. So I just took my soldering iron, the tip of the soldering iron, it's actually quite small. Once the soldering iron was heated up, soldered the wire, put solder on that green wire, and then just stuck it in there and pushed the thing down onto the existing solder base. And lo and behold, it works. I've taken them all apart before and tried to connect them, taken the cover off, tried to connect the wire onto the solder pad and the inside of the printed circuit board, and just frustration. Anyway, I hope you like that. The next time we get to see it, could be on the layout. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Take care. Bye. Comment, subscribe, and thank you.